Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm here today with just kind of a little craft with me. I am going to be doing some clusters, all different kinds, and I'm really doing it mainly because I've made it a mission to try and use some of the things that I have, not just scraps, just some of my stash. I just have so much of it. Yeah, we all try and use scraps, but if we get down to the nitty gritty, I think a lot of us just have a bunch in our stash that, we're just not using the quantities that we need to even kind of get through it. So I have decided that a lot of these little papers, my 12 by 12 papers that I hoard all the time, I'm going to start using them. I have a ton. And I thought, well, what better way than clusters? And I'm going to be using 12 by 12 paper that's, not super thick, but thick enough to where it can be substantial, on a page, to where it's not gonna not hold up, because we're going to be gluing a lot to it and maybe sewing on it. And my clusters, I like to use them for tuck spots and things like that. Sometimes I even use them on pockets. And I mean, you can use, like, I have a scrap of paper here. But the problem is that when you go to put something behind it or whatever, it flops around too much. I think, but so I like to use, it doesn't have to be super heavyweight either. I mean, I don't know what the weight, these are all different, but, just something that is probably a cardstock weight, and it can be lighter. It doesn't have to be super heavy duty. In fact, I don't think any of these are really heavy, super heavy duty, but they're heavier than just photo paper or just, copy paper or something like that. Anyway, I have all different kinds here. I just grabbed different kinds because I don't know what I'm going to be making, because what I'm using is I am going to be using a lot of my scraps that I have. And I have this big box of these over here, and this is mainly trims and laces, scraps. And then I have a bunch of material scraps over here, just in my big box. And I've got another thing next to me with scraps just from stuff that I use when I make my gypsy journals, because they're I use different material. I've got buttons, and I've got, what else do I have over here? I have just all kinds of stuff. A lot of blingy things that I might use. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear and see how it goes, because I just want to use some of the stuff up. And they're beautiful papers, don't get me wrong, but I never use them, so I might as well start using them for different things. And I am going to make different things with papers on a regular basis, because, I see a lot of videos out there for scrap busters, but how about stash busters? I mean, I know we all have a lot of stuff, and I mean, I don't know, maybe I should just call this use your stuff, use your stash. I don't know. But I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do that. I have no idea what we're going to end up with, so I'm going to take these aside. And the way I'm going to determine what paper I use is I'm just going to pull out my scrap box here. And let's just see what I have. Let's see. I guess I'll use this one. It's a mess. I got to clean that thing. I like it to look kind of random, and I guess I'll just tear a whole piece so I can make several of them. And a lot of times too, on my clusters, I end up using them for even pockets and things like that. So it just depends on what I'm going to use them for. think I'm going to go here. And I think these are going to be a little bit bigger, some of them. Just because I think I'm going to try and use them as tuck spots. Sometimes, you know, you use them and you can just use them for decoration on a page. So you don't have to, you know, but I'm kind of making them to where I want them to be more of, and you know what? I think I might have enough for 2 there. Let's do that. Maybe. And I'm going to make these kind of square. Just, I don't know. Sometimes I cut them in little ovals and things. Other times I just use them the way they are. Oh, I have some pink here. And I haven't planned any of this out, and y'all are going to figure that out real quick. But I just really want to try and, you know, if I can, dwindle this down. And when I think about it, how little paper even this uses, it's probably not going to make a dent in this stuff. But anyway, I do want to apologize, you guys. I am in the process of getting some new equipment because my desk shakes a lot, and I didn't really anticipate that when I did all my rearranging. So I'm kind of having to just deal with it the way it is for right now. So I'm probably gonna have my new stuff set up by this weekend. So all right, let's see. So maybe we put this down. Might have a bigger piece of something. Here we have this. That's not necessarily bigger. Let's see. Oh, so much. I have a lot in here, so here we go. These are a little wider. I want to put something down as kind of a base over that. And, you know, I'm just really not happy with the amount of scraps that I have. It's just really bad. And honestly, I've made a conscious effort of, you know, using them, but it's not even just the scraps. It's just how much stuff. And I am going to try and start giving things away. I thought about it and I thought, well, I don't know if anybody would want this stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think on my Facebook group, I'm going to start a list, and people that need things can just tell me, and I can maybe just send out racks to people, you know, because that way, I don't know, let's see. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know, what can I put in the middle? I think this piece needs to be bigger here. I have no idea what I'm going to use this on yet, but I do know that I do make, you know, a lot of shabby stuff, so it might work good on there. Yeah, I think that piece needs to be a little bigger. And I like to cut them randomly when I put them on. Okay, so I actually like that. This is a little bit big for me, so I'm going to probably tear that a little, and I think I'm going to make it a little more random. Well, I don't like how I tore that, so I know I said I was going to do it square, but I changed my mind. I'm going to make it square-ish, okay? Yeah, that's better. And then I got to ink it up again now. So anyway, I hope everybody is having some fun and doing some crafting. I am just so excited that I have gotten a few journals done, and I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to do as far as just concentrating on stuff I haven't finished. But at least I got some done. I've got 2 more I'm finishing right now. And I'm finishing the Gypsy Journal for my giveaway. I have everything done almost that I want for it. I'm making a few things, but I just need to put it all together. Okay, now that covered up all the paper. Shoot, I didn't really want to do that. Didn't really want to do that. Let me use this paper then. I'll use this for another one. I don't want it to be that small because I want the paper to show. That's kind of the whole point, because if you're not going to have the paper showing at all, then you could just use any paper. So, but my point on this is we have all these pretty papers and they're sitting on a shelf or in a box or something, and we're not using them, so let's use them, right? And also I have all these Distress Oxides that I have just decided that I am going to start using those a lot more. Yep, my new goal for this year is to try, as far as crafting goes, is to try and use the stuff I have and share the stuff I have. Try and have a lot more giveaways and stuff like that. All right, here we go. So I think I like those too. I'm going to live with that. I don't know why this little piece wants to keep hanging on there, but we're going to cut it off. All right, so I'm going to move these over because I know I'll probably use them again. But all right, so then there's lots of things you can do. You can glue this together. You can, just sew it. And I like to sometimes just go in a circle and sew it. But I'm going to glue stuff today just because, we're all doing it together. And I don't want to have to stop. But, you can always glue it and then sew it later, right? The only thing, about the glue is the glue will show a little bit. So when you've got your lace and stuff. But, that's okay. By the time you put all the layers on there, you won't see it. There we go. Yeah, put that on there. And I just kind of, put it on there kind of haphazard. I don't want it to be neat. I may go back and sew this a little after we're done, but, okay, let me get a wipe here. I will have to say, so far, I've changed a few things around in the craft room after I rearranged it, but mostly I like what I did, and where I put things, and it is just a dream to use it, because the way that I have the Alex drawers, the one underneath and the ones behind me, is that it just, oh gosh, it allows me to have so much extra space next to me. Because I think what I was having to do before is I was putting like a bunch of stuff on the floor as I was crafting, which I'm sure a lot of you are doing or have to do, and that is just, it just makes a mess. Now I can actually, have things in where they belong next to me. I mean, I can actually use it and just put it away and really not have to sort things out all over the place. And then I have room next to me, and I have room on top of my little Alex drawer there, and it just, ugh. Because I can pile all these things up right next to me as I'm working, whether I'm making a video or not. The only thing that has caused a problem is I have such a large desk, and the legs are the IKEA legs, and it wobbles a lot. So I know y'all are probably getting dizzy. But anyway, I have ordered some electric, an electric base legs to use on this desk. And I think that will help a lot. Well, we could always use a button, right? A button would work. Good old buttons. I always, oh yeah, that'll work. You just can't go wrong with the button. Okay, we'll just try that. I'm not even gonna dig. I'm just gonna, I found some buttons. I think that size is good. You know what I do need though? I do need a little bit of, let's see if I have any in there. A little bit. I bet I have more. Let me dig a little more. I bet I'll find some. Some eyelash trim. Here we go. Okay, so I found some eyelash trim. Put that on there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to do, I have to do this. So I have to take my string here. This is, you know, when you do your string too long, when you're tying in your signatures, I just keep that because I have to have string in my buttons. It drives me nuts when I don't. So I'm going to do that. And I just cut off a piece big enough that I can actually tie a little knot. And I only go through it one time. I don't, you know, go a bunch because this is, you know, your wax thread. It's a little thicker. I don't have to use a needle. And I only go through there one time. And I don't know, lately I've just been using this thread. I like it. It's a little thinner than what I had before, but it's, you know, obviously really strong because it's a wax thread. And it's kind of an off-white color. And I kind of bought a big spool of it and I really like it. So it just seems like I've been using it a lot. So anyway. Now, I have taken a needle and thread and done this before, but I think this turns out pretty good. And then I kind of cut it, you know, close. Where's my other scissors? So that is kind of my thing. Why is nothing? Yeah, cutting this. There we go. Shouldn't be that hard to cut it. All right, so there's one. And then let me do another one. It's not cutting. So anyway, that is 2 clusters right there. And a lot of times I make more than one when I do them just because, you know, coming up with whatever design you're going to use or whatever, to me, in any project is the hardest part, deciding what you're going to do. So a lot of times I just make extras and you know, of course they'll never be exactly the same, but the design to me takes, well, actually no, the design doesn't take the longest. What takes the longest to me is taking stuff out, gathering your stuff, and then putting it away. You know, having to run all over the place and go, okay, well, what do I need? What am I going to use? That to me takes forever. Okay, so now let me move this over here. Get it out of the way. And then I think what I'm going to do, let me move this over too. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of eyelash trim, and I think I tea-dyed this. I used to try and get the off-white and the different colors or whatever. I do have a lot of different colors. I just came across it. I went to, believe it or not, a thrift store, and they had this big bag of it like for $2. All different colors, and I was in heaven. So, but what I have found, even on lace and trim and stuff like that, is I get the white, because a lot of times even the off-white, it's a weird color. I don't, you know. So and even on my seam binding and any of that, I think I buy either, I think on the seam binding I bought the off-white or whatever, but it's just easier for me to dye it and get it to the color that I want rather than living with, you know, what I get. So, okay, I'm just trying to bunch up that eyelash trim in there, and I'll cut it a little bit in a minute. Put a little bit more glue for this button, because now, of course, you could just sew your button right on, you know, rather than do this. But, okay, and then I'll see that little loopy thing right there. I'll cut that just so that it looks a little bit more random. My scissors will work. Wow, they're just not, I think it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I need to sharpen all my scissors. That could be. All right, why is that working? There we go. All right, so that's that. And I like how that looks. All right, so that is one. And then I'm going to do this one. And I used kind of a white and then an off-white on this for my lace. And I like to mix them because I think it adds more character and interest. Some people don't, and that's fine. But I do like to mix mine. I used to always be like, oh, well, you know, it has to be all off-white, or it has to all be, you know, this or that. And I actually find things not matching almost always looks better. All right, so that's two. I like those two. I'm gonna put them, where am I gonna put these? I'll put them up here, let them dry a little bit. All right, let's do another one. This time I did it backwards. I took a piece of paper. I like that. So this one, I think, I'm just going to tear it with my hand. Oh, it's harder to tear than I thought it was going to be. So then I'm going to take, and I'm making these, you know, approximately the same size, because when I use them for a tuck spot, I want them to like fit in the corner of the page or even on top and be big enough to where, you know, you can put something on it or behind it. And that's why I like to use my scrapbook paper, because it has some weight to it. These I want a little bit more random, although those other ones ended up being pretty darn random by the time we got done, after I tore it about 4 times. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these are iPhone boxes here. This is a smaller one. I put shelf liner in here and on the bottom, and what that does is it keeps it from moving on my desk. And so if I want to ink things up, it keeps them from moving. It keeps them contained. I just kept this there because I'm constantly re-inking that. The pink one I had in here, and I just had an inker with that because I was using it. And I'll show you in a minute what I did with another one. So it just kind of, I don't know, works a little easier. And I just kind of keep them on my desk like that. Anyway, put that there. I'll show you this. This is from the dollar store. And this is that, you know, they have like this little tray and it has these little things in it. Well, I basically did the same thing with that, because I tend to use my walnut stain, my old paper, and my ground espresso quite a bit. And the one that I had the pink in, I kind of change out. But I use these a lot. So anyway, I put a shelf liner, little piece of it in here. And I also put some on the bottom. And again, it does the same thing. It keeps it, you know, from moving around too much. and it keeps it from moving in here too much when you're going to get your ink. It moves it a little bit, but it does help. Plus, even if you don't put the shelf liner stuff on there, it's a nice little thing to contain it, because it keeps there's just enough room. And I only have the daubers for these, and on this one, this is old paper. On old paper, I like to use this little brush a lot, because I really just use it. Most of the time I use old paper, I use it to put in the middle of the page. So this is just a little distressing brush thing. That's why I have it in there. But there's enough room to keep those in there. So that's just something, just a little tip if y'all are interested. Let's see here. I think on this one, I'm going to do, I've got this little burlap here. A little burlappy piece. And it has some black on it. And I'm going to put that on there. Don't know. I might actually put that on this piece. Okay, and then this one. Just do that a little bit. Okay. And then, let's see here. Oh, I have some gauze. I'm just grabbing this next to me, guys. Like I said, I didn't plan this, so. Really want to tear that. Want it to tear a little bit. There we go. I like that right there. And I already know, I think, what I want to do on that. I need to do some tea dyeing as some stuff, like some gauze and things like that. I don't know. I use this stuff so much, and I end up running low a lot. I think I like that piece better. A little bit too long, though. See if it'll let me tear it. Okay, that's a little bit too much on the end. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now, let's see. I actually think I'm going to go with the, oop, I just dropped buttons. I had my buttons in this big container because I found out I was constantly dumping them out of the jar just so that I could, you know, find them. Now I separated some black ones. These are all mother of pearl. I have so many. Excuse me, my voice is kind of going away. My allergies are killing me. Our weather is so crazy here. I mean, you're just like freezing cold one day, then you're walking around with flip-flops the next day. It's just nuts. I'm going to put one in there. Let's see which one. I don't know. Ooh, I have some. Okay. I want to use just some twine because I think it would look cool with that if I can get it through, thread it through there. All right, so let's see. I'm going to glue these all together. And definitely you could sew them, but I think you can even staple these if you wanted to in the middle and then sew around just to keep them together, you know, while you're doing it. So, and I don't like it sewn on there perfectly. I like it to be like sticking up a little bit on the sides so it has that, you know, movement to it. So let me get some of that glue, extra glue. That thing's sticking to my wipe there. Get that on there. Okay. Anyway, my husband's home today because we had an ice storm this morning, and in the DFW area, that means the roads are shut down. So he's working from home. So I've had a little bit of time to get some things done, because normally Dory's in here and she'll take a nap and she's really good, but she's just, you know, like I played ball with her inside. It's too cold outside for a bit, and then, you know, she just wants attention, which is normal, but okay. I think that's good. I don't like how that looks right there. I'm going to cut that down a little bit. It's kind of, yeah. Okay, so that's that one. So that has a more primitive kind of look to it. So basically did the same thing, just to kind of a different look. And, you know, I don't know when I'm going to use it, because I don't know. I don't think I'm making a journal like that right now, but I never know. And see, just that little bit of black on that burlap. You can't tell what it is, but it gives it kind of a cool look, I think. Move that over, get some of that extra glue off of there. So I'm going to put a little bit of eyelash trim. I don't know why, to me, and I have different colors too, so, but it just, to me, it just kind of, I don't know, looks kind of cool always. I just don't. All right, let me put a big glob on that and let that dry. And there we go. There's two more. Let's see here. Okay, so this is that handmade paper that I use a lot of this in my my journals, that my gypsy journals, and I have another one. Well, maybe I'll use this one. You know what? I think I'm going to use this one, because I like the smaller print. So I've got this on either side, but I think I'm going to use this. And I'm just cutting all the way across, just because, let me see. Oop, I didn't mean to do that way. It has a completely different texture to this paper, so it tears a lot different. So again, I'm making these, you know, reasonably big, just because I know that you know, I'll either use them like on a corner of a page or something, and then you just tuck stuff in, or maybe on top and you just tuck stuff under. If I use them just to decorate, which I rarely do, but if I do, I usually make them a little bit smaller. So, all right, so I like that, and I think I'm going to use, what am I going to use for that? I think I'm going to use a darker, I might use my ground espresso. And I'm going to pick this up, because I don't want to shake my table, which I have been. I know you guys are getting dizzy. And ink up this up. I don't know. I've got to get that fixed, because my last few videos kind of made me nauseous. I can't even imagine what it's like for you guys. And I know the shake's coming. Well, it turned out darker than I thought, but that's okay. All right. There's a lot of black in this. That's why I wanted to put the darker color on there. All right, so move that up. Move that over. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see, I really rather use just these kind of pieces. So how about, this is just some velvet. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that good. Remember I told you I had those stickers? No, not the bottle one. Like maybe one of these. What would that be? Those would be cute. What do I have? Oh yeah, that could be cool. Alright, let's see if the pink one will work good on that. Alright, let's just do one and see how it looks. I'm dying to use one of those. I bought them, you know, so just another thing I bought. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to use that for. Oh, we need to use some black, though. I didn't put any black down, did I? Definitely have to have some black. And maybe put the black there. All right, put that there. Get that piece. All right, there's some black. And then, I know you probably can't see it all that well, but it'll show up. Those layers, when you're looking at it, you'll see them all. And I'm going to put this in the middle. So I don't want to wipe all that glue up yet because I'm going to use a little bit of it. And I'll maybe just make it go back that way so it kind of puts the fuzzy stuff in the middle. It works kind of like the eyelash trim, right? And then do that. Come on. Now it needs more glue. Put that down there. And now I can get any extra glue up. All right, stay down. So what if I use, stay down. There's a bunch of different ones in there, but I'm gonna try this one. And it has sticky stuff on there, but oh yeah, that looks so good. Do I want to put anything with that? Like that? Maybe I'll do that. All right. Oh, I'm excited. I think that looks cool. Which way I like that. I put it kind of cat-a-corner. Yep. Perfect. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh yeah, there we go. Finally using those stickers. I think that looks really cool. When you see my gypsy journals, if you haven't seen them, you'll get it because they're definitely over the top. But that's what I think is cool about them. All right, I love that. I think that's adorable. Okay, so let's finish this one then, right? Just put that on there like that. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh, I love it. I think it's great. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yep. Isn't that cool? All right, guys, I think that's probably all we're going to have time to do today. Let me see what we've got up here. We've got our kind of primitive ones that we did. And then we've got our shabby ones that we did. And for me, I like having, you know, a focal point. This may be like a too bulky for some people. You could like not put these things on and then sew. And then, you know, just use them that way and have your focal point be just like, oh, I didn't put the gold on there. I could take that off. Oh, we gotta put the gold on there. Maybe that's what was bugging me. Didn't have that pop there at the end. Yeah, it needs a pop. Needs a pop. Only I cut it so short you can't see it. Let's see if I have another piece in there. I mean, even if all you do is put them on a page to decorate, but like I said, I like to use them as a decoration in a tuck spot or whatever. So just an idea, have some fun, use your stuff. And I think I'm going to start doing a use your stash video once a week because that'll help me use up my stuff and maybe we'll come up with some ideas and, you know, I know not everyone has a ton of scrapbook paper lying around, but a lot of people do. And so and we use so little of it in junk journaling that I want to try and start using it more just because I need to use it. All right, everybody take care. And if you're not a subscriber, think about subscribing, you know, because you like my channel mainly. But also too, I am going to be hitting 3,000, which is amazing to me, in subscribers. And I'm having a big giveaway, and it's going to be a full-size Gypsy journal. So in order to win, you must be a subscriber, and you need to comment on a video, on any video. A comment is basically how you enter and being a subscriber. And 1 comment per video. You can watch old videos, new videos, it doesn't matter, you're entered. I'm basically counting from when I was 2,000 subscribers all the way up to 3,000. So that way I can, you know, reward people for hanging in there with me and watching. And so, you know, if you watch 10 videos and subscribe, or subscribe and comment, then that means you're, and you want on each video, then that's, you know, 10 entries. So I had one person that won the Halloween journal, and basically she had watched like, I don't know, 15 videos and made a comment on all of them, and I could see it because it was all in a row. So yeah, so anyway, but that just increases your odds. So anyway, I will see you guys soon. I don't know when I'll put out another video. I'm not on a... The best thing to do is just to subscribe and then hit the bell, because I'm hit or miss. A lot of it isn't just my schedule. It's just uploading sometimes takes forever, and then some other times not any time at all. And so I hate to, you know, do anything. I am trying to do more videos, but I'm also trying to finish some projects. So, you know, I have to choose sometimes between making a video and finishing a project. So I don't know. I'm trying really hard to get kind of caught up, but you never do. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a really great day, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Okay, so I just want to show you guys a few that I made on my own. And I made 2 of those. And then I made a couple of these. And let's see here. These. And then here I put just some little butterflies on there. This one I just put, if I have another one like that, I just put just some different lace and some pieces of doily on there for kind of a different look. On this one, I just put some pieces of sari trim on there. So, and we did that together. Did that together. This just some pieces of doily that I put on there with some lace and a button. And then here's another one that I did. And there, that's it. So anyway, that is it, guys. So I thought I would just come back and just let you see all the different ones I did.